This time around, we're going to talk about, is the SEC the best? The Miami Heat, who's going to unseat them in the East next year? The San Francisco Mount Rushmore Sports. Our new topic, we're going to go from stat of the week to player of the week. Seems a little more fitting. And then finally, our mascot or logo of the week. First of all, the SEC. A lot of complaints. I listen to a lot of college sports on XM radio, XM Sirius, and a lot of people calling in and complaining about unfair just overage or overcoverage of the SEC. So I got me to thinking, is the SEC the best conference out there when it comes to sports, period? Since 2005-2006, in baseball, football, and basketball, the SEC has won 12 of the last 21 national championships. Right now, South Carolina is playing in the College World Series against Arizona. They're down 1-0, best 2 out of 3. If they can come back and win these next 2 games, they'll have won. The SEC will have won 13 of the last 21 national championships in the 3 major sports. Compare that to the conferences closest to them, the Big Ten with 2. That's pretty dominating. This past year, when you go to your cash cow football, the SEC was 5-1 in bowl games against teams from the ACC, the Big Ten, and the Big 12. They have won 6 national titles in a row, football, the SEC. 2 of the last national titles in baseball, the Kentucky just won this past year in basketball. Going back to football, over the last 5 years, the SEC has put 39 players, or had 39 players taken in the first round of the NFL draft. That's more than any other conference. And to give you an idea of how big it is, the Pac-12 and Big 12 combined don't even have that many. Combined. That's dominance. Is the SEC the best conference? Currently, yes. Over the last 10 to 15 years, yes. It's going to take a lot to pull the SEC back out of that top spot. So yeah, I don't think for any reason there should be any whining about over coverage, because I think it's covered just about fairly enough when it's the most dominating sports conference in America. Next up, can anyone unseat the Heat in the East next year? Right off the top of my head, probably not. But let's go through a few teams that, if they had the chance, probably the best opportunity to get there. Chicago. Chicago's a tough one because outside of Derrick Rose, you got Luol Deng and Carlos Boozer and Joakim Noah. Offensively, they seem a little challenged, but because of Derrick Rose when he's in the lineup and gets up and down the floor like he does in transition, it creates a lot of opportunities for fast break points for everybody else. When Derrick Rose is hurt and he's not there, not the same thing. The team slows it down, plays a little more half court, tries to run some, but their best chance of winning is to have Derrick Rose on the floor. Don't know if he's going to be healthy next year much, but they need an offensive type player, kind of explosive kind of guy to put with Derrick Rose. And I think you got Chicago, if he stays healthy or if he is healthy and has a player next to him, Chicago keeps the core of their group and their lineup together. I think Chicago can compete for that Eastern Conference final spot with Miami. Boston. No. There are too many roster questions. With Kevin Garnett looking at retiring possibly, and Ray Allen already talked about going to Miami. I just don't think there's enough left with the bench and Rondo and Paul Pierce. Just another year, probably not going to help unless Boston goes out there and makes a big deal, which I'm not sure that's going to happen. Indiana. Indiana, kind of like Chicago, doesn't have much out of Danny Granger. They've got one player. They have a nice post presence with Roy Hibbert and David West and Tyler Hansbrough to a certain extent, or lesser extent, but they don't have that impact type player that can carry them to the next level with Danny Granger. Without that, I don't think Indiana's going to compete for that spot next year with Miami. New York. New York's kind of funny. I don't know why they let Mark D'Antoni go. I do know why. He didn't win enough to keep him happy there, but with his style of offense, not everybody bought in. Now they're keeping on Michael Woodson to coach again. I'm not sure that's the best idea, but it seemed to be okay for him down the stretch. If Jeremy Lin gets back, stays healthy, Carmelo learns to share the ball with everyone, and Amari can stay healthy, let's say they can go out and get a Steve Nash, then yeah, I think New York will be playing in the Eastern Conference Finals this year if those things happen. The last team, Atlanta. Atlanta Hawks. Wow. The Atlanta Hawks actually just hired a new GM today, Danny Ferry, the guy that tried to put players together around LeBron James and also was a two-time executive with the San Antonio Spurs before coming to Atlanta and right before going to Cleveland. Unless he could trade away Joe Johnson and Marvin Williams and keep the core together with Al Horford and Josh Smith and Jeff Teague and reinvent that bench, then no, there's no way on God's green earth. Joe Johnson is not a star. He's not that guy. He's not going to carry him to the next level. And Marvin Williams, as much as I like the guy, he's a nice guy, a bust. That's just all there is to it. Next, the Mount Rushmore of San Francisco sports. It only covers 2 sports. I couldn't find enough history with the Golden State Warriors, and hockey just didn't seem to be there. But baseball and football is what we have. And number 1, Willie Mays. Easy choice, Hall of Famer, a 20-time All-Star, a 12-time Gold Glover. He was an MVP twice and considered by many to be one of the greatest outfielders in baseball history. Not to mention he's the 4th all-time leading home run hitter. Next, Barry Bonds. I say that with, I'm not sure, uncertainty on my face because I know people don't think he belongs there. I honestly thought I was going to put Mel Ott there, but I started looking at Barry Bonds' numbers a little closely, and I remember the impact he had on the Giants from the time he came over from Pittsburgh. While he was a Giant, he won 5 MVP awards. 5. He's baseball's all-time leading home run hitter. We know that, in single-season home run hitter. But more importantly, he hit 586 homers with the Giants, which is 9th all-time. The guy is a multiple-time All-Star. People, I think, forget he was a Gold Glover multiple years, too. Between the ages of 36 and 39, for a 4-year stretch, he hit 351. I'm not sure steroids did anything for that. That's just, he was a great baseball player. Probably could have done with the steroids, wouldn't have as many home runs, but would have had a phenomenal career, would have been considered one of the greatest ever. Next, we go to the football side of it. Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice, Hall of Famer, obviously. He's football's all-time leader in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. Not to mention he's won 2 Super Bowls. He was an MVP. The accolades they just don't stop. Next, Joe Montana. This was a toss-up as well between Joe Montana and possibly Steve Young. But because Joe Montana was so clutch, 4 Super Bowls, he's a Hall of Famer. He's the 10th all-time leading passer in NFL history. The guy was considered Mr. Clutch and probably one of the best comeback quarterbacks of all time. Next, like I said, we changed our stat of the week to our player of the week. This player of the week, not my favorite player, but man, he tore it up. LeBron James. The Miami Heat just won the NBA Finals. LeBron James in the finals in 5 games averaged 28.6 points a game. I wouldn't say he single-handedly won the series, but I would say he came damn near close to it. The rest of his team, although non-existent, largely were carried by LeBron James. And because of that, they won the series, and his last game actually had a triple-double. Not too bad. So last, our mascot of the week, and once again, this is another one that's going to change a little bit. It's going to be mascot/logo, sports mascot or sports logo of the week. This week is Otto, the Syracuse Orange. And for those of you who don't know, the Syracuse Orange used to be called the Syracuse Orange Men. But somewhere along the line, there's a little bit of controversy with that. And they just went to the Syracuse Orange, and Otto is our mascot of the week. Pretty funny, silly looking mascot, but I think we can all say that it's pretty good. We like it. Anyway, thanks again for watching. If you like it, please share it. Please watch it again if you like, and we'll see you next week. Bye.